I often get asked what I did for jobs before running Board George. Welcome to episode 8 of Goss from the Boss. So I often get asked what I did for work before running Board George, so I thought I'd do a little run through of the past 10 years to give you an idea, because seriously, nothing was that important. So when I left high school, I actually applied for university and I got rejected. I wasn't quite sure what to do when I got turned down from university, but I knew I wanted to do something within design. So I actually applied to do an interior design correspondence course while working full-time at a pub. It was about halfway into that year that I decided I actually wanted to move to London. I had just turned 19 and don't ask me why or what made me want to move, but I did it. Once I moved to London, I went and did 6 months in a pub, and after that I did some admin work for a luxury travel agency. I was the manager for everybody in there. It was about 200 plus people, and I want to tell you a little story of what my favorite part of that job was. So if we hit our targets for the week, we got to have a coffee trolley, and I was the coffee trolley girl. So I got to walk around the office of 200 people with a coffee trolley and some of the English biscuits like Jaffa cakes, and make everybody coffees and hand out biscuits twice a day. So that was a couple of hours of my day just filled up with socializing. After that job ended, I got a role being a receptionist at some physiotherapy clinics, which later down the road led me to managing a clinic on High Street Kensington in London with about 12 staff. So that was my first little management experience role. When I moved back to New Zealand, I then got a job in physiotherapy clinics managing 3 in Auckland. And I think that now takes me to when I was about 21. This is where I started Board George. So as you probably already know, I started Board George while I worked at a physiotherapy clinic. Sorry to my old bosses. And I did this for about 2 years, maybe 1. Can't quite remember. When I got to working in that clinic for a little bit, I thought it was time for a change. So I then moved, this is rogue, to being a wardrobe designer. So we would go into people's houses, measure up their wardrobes, design them a walk-in wardrobe, and then install it for them. And I did that for about a year until everything just became too much and I decided that I wanted to go full-time into the business. This May, that will be 3 years ago, this is the day I went full-time. Here we are now in our very own office.